Welcome in, everybody. Oh, thank you, Tracy. That's so cute. Thank you, Pixie. Thanks, Ripper. Thanks, Sav. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks, Sue. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Brian. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. Hi, Linda. Hi, Vampy. Hi, James. Hi, Golden. Did I see Jamie Farr today? I didn't. Is he in town? But you know, I did eat at Tony Paco's yesterday. So, you know. Vampy, no, I didn't see your DMs. TikTok DMs are not a good way to get in touch with me. It's impossible to find them. It has the worst DM system. Once you get over 20,000 followers, it changes the message box and I can't ever see anything. It's the stupidest thing. But do you want to, you're on the Discord, right? Just DM me on Discord instead. But I'll look for it. Since you told me you messaged me, I'll know to look for your messages. You know what I'm saying? But it's literally crazy because it notifies me every time there's a new person added and it puts it in the messages. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. There is no order of newest. It's ridiculous. It's the stupidest thing. It's my least favorite part about the app, and that's going somewhere. And that's because there's a lot I don't like. Thank you, Justin. Hi, Eric. But Vampy, is it important? Super important? Do I need to check it right now, or can I wait till the live's over? Because I can check it now that you told me I messaged you. I can check it. It is important? Okay. Then I will check it. Yeah. That's right, Melanie. Right? Thank you. They're stupid. It's trying to find messages and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't go in order. It doesn't go in order of chronological of new messages, old message. It's just the weirdest thing. And there's no way to sort it. You know what I'm talking about? It's really annoying. Okay, Vampy, I sent you the list. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Eric. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Khaleesi. Hi, Poodle. Poodle, you added a UFO. I love it. Hi, Justin. Hi, Sparkle Tree. Hi, Belkis. Hi, Priscilla. How you doing, cutie? Hi, Laura. Hi, Queen Cece. Hi, Lily. I'm so glad, Lily. Me too. Hi, Graham. Alright, guys, feel free to write your... Oh, that's great, Priscilla. We cheered up. Yeah. Alright, guys, if you'd like, feel free to put your request in all capital letters in the chat, and I'll write them down, and then we will vote. And if you guys could do me a big favor and hit that share arrow in the bottom right hand corner, there is a yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost, and that puts my live into your friends' FYPs, and it helps us grow this beautiful porch, as well as sharing to your stories and sharing to your friends. Thank you. And no, if you write in your requests before I ask for requests, I don't see them. Lovely. I have an entire list on the Discord of every single story that is live friendly. I can literally send it to you right now. Thank you, Chris. That's so cute. Hi, Michelle. Lily, what did you hope I see? Oh yeah, I saw him. That's great news, James. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Michael. Chris, thank you for all the corgi booties. Hi, Meg. Yeah, I add a new story every week. Every Monday, I add a new story. So they add up quickly. Thomas, Haunted Woods. I'm not sure which story that is. I have a lot of stories about scary woods. When's my birthday? My birthday is in November. It fell on Thanksgiving this year, unfortunately. So I actually didn't celebrate it, and I'm moving my birthday to July 27th this year. So, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm actually doing it. So my birthday is July 27th. But I'm a Sagittarius who celebrates her birthday on July 27th. Oh my God, Chris. You know how I love that one. I love it. Thank you. Meg, you're so cute. But the screen doesn't say anything about me adding a new story every week. Don't be hard on yourself. You're so sweet. Hi, Tequila. I don't think you were here last night. Hi, Thay. Yes, a long one, Michael, for sure. Yes, Chris is awesome. I love that little holding paws with a baby snow leopard and spinning through a field of flowers is like my dream. Seahorse, seashell, sea hell. I said 27, Motormouth, the 27th. Hi, Leslie. The church coming out of the lake is the Drowned Bell. Lovely. I just texted you the whole list so you can have it in your phone. Well, it hasn't been updated in a couple weeks, so whatever the newest stories are, it's missing like probably the last 2 or 3 stories, but I'll update it. Okay, cool. I have so much on my plate updating that every single week. I'm at 70. There has to be a better way for us to keep a list somewhere, but I don't know it. So that's what I did for now until we can come up with a better way. Okay, guys, I'm going to set up the poll right now with your requests. I wrote them all down, and I will be right back with the first poll. And if you guys could do me a big favor, could you hit that? Oh, can you help me, Lovely? Perfect. You know a good way to make a continuing list like that? Yeah, just text me about it. Anyway, I would love some help. if you could hit that share arrow in the bottom right hand corner, there is a little yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs. And it helps us grow this beautiful porch of ours. Also sharing in your stories. Good idea, James. Smart. Okay, Catherine, I got your request. Shy, I just reshared it on the purple app in the chat. In the porch chat. I just did it like 5 minutes ago. So it should be up there right now. But that's the problem, is once the chat keeps going, it disappears after a day. And so I don't know where to put it to like, that you guys can see it all the time. No problem, Shy. Okay, guys, I will set up the poll right now. And thank you, Stephanie, for always sharing the live to your stories every night. I notice, and you do it every night. You're the best. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I'll be right back with the first poll. Happy Tuesday. Grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock. And if you're new here, welcome in. My name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore, and I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I'm here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. Also, shout out to MVP Steph, who shares my live terror stories every single night. I appreciate you. All right, be right back. Hi, Jaws. I can see you. There's not very many people in the chat yet on YT. I just started streaming over there like 2 weeks ago. So most of the people are on TT, but I'm happy to have you here. Is it Joshua? Oh, it's Joshua. I thought it was Josh. Hi, Joshua. How are you? Okay, you guys, the poll is ready. Hi, Kamora. How are you? I know, that is a clever way to spell it. It really tricked me for a minute. I was like, Joshua. Like, I literally said it as I was reading. That's a cute way to spell it. Welcome in, Joshua. I hope you're still here. There's not a lot of people in that chat. What creepy story am I telling? Well, we're about to vote on it right now, Kimura. All right, guys, I'm going to put the poll up. And if you're on TT, you can vote. Hi, Erica. Love you. Aw, Leslie, thank you. Hi, Josh. Paranormal and Life. Wait, is that Joshua from YT? Did you come over here? Kristen, thank you. That's so sweet of you. Josh, did you come over here? Yay. Really, Average C? That's funny. Okay, guys, the poll is ready. And we have, and on TT you can vote, but if you are interested to vote from one of the other ones, oh, thanks, Mackenzie. Justin or one of us will help you. Simone, you're so sweet. Okay, we have the Librarian, the Flatwoods Monster, the Last Summer Carnival, Hug and Molly, and Spearfinger. And you can vote in the blue box in the top left-hand corner. And you can vote up to 50 times, and you can vote for more than one story. Who's it gonna be? We have the Librarian, the Flatwoods Monster, the Last Summer Carnival, Hug and Molly, and Spearfinger. Hi, Fiona. Hi, Decaption. Oh, yes, and Hug and Molly has a new picture, by the way, guys. She got a revamped picture, in case you guys didn't know. I forgot about that, James. She has a new picture. Queen CC, that red banner gets on all of our nerves. It's literally the dumbest design flaw. Like, why would you make a feature? Because it also covers up the treasure boxes. The superfan box. It's like the weirdest one. Thank you, Mackenzie. You're so sweet. It's just the stupidest design. It's so annoying. Oh, thank you, Winnie. Welcome in. Josh Mar Paranormal. Are you Joshua from YT? Did you come over here? I didn't see your answer, and I'm dying to know. I know, Meg. Michelle says if you swipe up, like lightly on the hot pink banner, it'll go away for a second. But I know none of us care that it's not even a galaxy; it's a universe. We don't care who got a universe. But you know what's really funny? That one, did you guys just see that one? Chris, did you see that one? The one that just went off when I said, we don't care who got a universe. It said Chris Hendricks got a universe. I was like, because it cuts off the rest of the name. And I was like, wait a minute. What the hell? Because it cuts off the rest of the name. I was like, Hendrickson. Because I just like associate that name with you. And I was like, so it may have been Hendricks or Hendrickson. It was like cut off. But I'm like, right when I said, nobody cares, I looked up and it's like... Yeah, Michelle says if you swipe... Right, Michelle? Right, Michelle? If you swipe up lightly on the pink banner, like just a little tappy swipe, not an aggressive swipe to swipe yourself out of the live, but like if you just do a little like boop, I think it goes away, right, Michelle? Michelle's the one that figured it out. She's a clever one. Yeah, she said yes. Yeah, Priscilla, because of the stupid banner. Yeah, okay, so Michelle says, guys, if that happens again, Michelle says you can swipe out of the hot pink banner. Why would TikTok make a feature that constantly goes across the screen that covers up other features they offer? Why do they do anything they do on this app? It just literally is a testament to this app. I know, Mariposa. How you doing, cutie? And so it's just really done. Hi, Papa D. How you doing? Hi, Rhyme. So I actually have extensively researched how to remove it because I was hoping maybe it was a feature. And it can't be removed. It is actually forced upon us. There is no way to remove it from the screen. And we're stuck with it. And it's just really unfortunate. So anyway, the winner of the poll is the last... Oh my God, Maureen, thank you. I love that cutie. The winner of the poll is the last summer carnival. I know, Queen Cece. It's just really annoying. I'm good, Shorty. How are you? You're right, James. It is always inadequate. Priscilla, did it work? Did swiping up work? On the banner? Yeah, but average, see, what I don't get is like money. How does that get them more money to take up space on everybody else's life, to tell everybody that someone else spent money? Do they think it like pressures people to be like, well, I need to send a universe too, golly, like, because that's not like, universes cost like $500. I don't think it's a kind of the pressury kind of thing. Like, what the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a really stupid feature, right? Like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's a clout thing. Well, do any of you guys remember a single name of the person who's comes up on the banner? Because I don't. And the banner cuts off their names, so you can't even see who it is. It's just the stupidest. It's just really stupid. And I assume for like, it's for creators to gift farm by following those gifters. Oh. I thought gift farming was against TikTok policy. I hate this app. Anyway, I mean, I love it. We love TikTok Shop. This app is so fucking contradictory. Me too, Melanie. God, me too. The whole app is so sus. Like, certain things are allowed, but other people's... I actually do love TikTok Shop too, Lovely. I really do. But also, like, how, I don't know, pathetic if you're gonna go and like scoop up people who, I don't know. That's like really weird to me. That's not organic to me. You're not getting, I don't know, but I guess a lot of people don't offer actual content, like a demographic. They just are like, look at me, I'm on camera. Ooh, I love pizza. Yeah, TikTok Shop is amazing. Wait, what little blankets? What little blankets, Glinda? Draw for a blanket. He never uses a blanket. Wait, I'm on here and I just... Wait, everybody's talking about a blanket. What blanket? What's everybody talking about blanket? No, Average, see, it's not junk at all. They're actually competing with Schmamazon. It's like the same thing. It's like the same products, except for they don't have free shipping for everything, so it's a little different. But no, it's not junk. They do have a lot of like random stuff, but it's like so does Amazon. So does Amazon. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's like you can get any of your normal products through there. But a lot of the reason too people like it is because it takes like PP and Klarna and stuff where you can do like payment plans on things so people can like afford to buy things and pay for it stretched out when Shmimajan doesn't take PP or anything like that. So what's this blanket everybody's talking about? Justin said I will now say blanket. Yeah, but it's not all free shipping. You have to spend over a certain amount. But yeah, real brands sell here now. Yeah, it's not just junk. It's good stuff. TikTok shop is great. Oh, really, Vampy? Wait, Vampy, I didn't know you were in Canada. I didn't know you were in Canada. Will you adopt me? Wait, hi, Alex. You need a blanket too. Why is Alex, I love you. Why is everybody talking about blankets? Okay, guys. I'll be right back with the last summer carnival. Grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax. And if you're new here, my name is Devin and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I'm here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. If you could do me a big favor while I'm getting the next story ready, if you could hit that share arrow in the bottom right hand corner. There's a little yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs, and it helps us grow this beautiful porch of ours. Alex, how you doing? Play ball, I miss you. How you doing? All right. Be right back with the last summer carnival. Hi, Kim. Hi, Tater Tot. Thank you for writing keywords. You guys check out this. Tater Tot taking in the lead and writing keywords in the chat throughout the night that helps AI categorize us so we get sent out to cool people like you guys so that the live finds more people like you. Using keywords that this live is about helps the AI that scans the chat every like 10 minutes what we're doing in here. Thank you guys. And I swear to God, if one more person mentions blanket when I have no idea what the joke is about blankets. Thank you so much, Winnie. I appreciate it. Thank you, Glinda. Thank you, Tater Tot, for writing in keywords. Thank you, Vampy. I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Meg. You guys are the best. Maybe that's it, Paul, but somebody asked if I saw the blankets on TikTok shop, and now I feel like there's a viral blanket that I need to know about, and I keep missing the comment. And Meg just mentioned blankets again. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the last summer carnival. Lulu and I took the long way on purpose. It was late July, the kind of summer that feels endless and indulgent. When responsibilities loosened their grip and the road felt like an invitation. We were halfway through a road trip that had no strict itinerary, just a vague plan to drive until we were tired and stop when something interesting presented itself. Windows down, heat humming off the asphalt. The car filled with that sun-baked smell of sunscreen, fabric seats, and cheap iced coffee. We were already a little lost when we saw the lights. They appeared suddenly, just beyond a curve in the road, bright and colorful against the encroaching dusk. Reds and yellows and whites blinking in patterns that almost felt rhythmic, like they were breathing. A Ferris wheel silhouette rose above the tree line. Its spokes lit evenly, rotating slow and steady. There was no sign announcing it, no banners or billboards advertising dates or prices. Just a narrow gravel turnout and the distinct, unmistakable glow of a carnival. We hadn't seen another car in miles. It felt spontaneous and perfect in that way only summer detours ever do. We pulled off without much discussion, gravel crunching under the tires. The heat of the day finally starting to break as the sun slipped lower. The air smelled like cut grass and warm dirt, layered with something sweet drifting toward us like sugar and oil. The closer we walked, the quieter everything became. Not silent exactly, but muted. The music I expected to hear seemed to swell and fade, as if it was carried unevenly by the wind. The lights looked older up close, bulbs slightly clouded with wiring exposed in places where it probably shouldn't have been. But the place felt alive, busy, full. People moved between attractions, but not in the chaotic way I usually associate with carnivals. There was an order to it, a flow that almost felt rehearsed. Everyone seemed to know where they were going. Lulu commented on how quiet it was and how she expected more noise. But I kind of shrugged it off, thinking maybe it was just a small local thing winding down for the night. The ground beneath our feet was packed dirt instead of pavement, worn smooth by years of foot traffic. I noticed there were no ticket booths at the entrance. No prices listed anywhere. Still, no one stopped us as we wandered in. The first game we passed involved glass bottles stacked impossibly high. The attendant stood motionless behind the counter, posture straight, eyes fixed ahead. The prizes hanging above were sun-faded stuffed animals, their smiles permanently stitched, their fur dulled from exposure. When someone stepped up to play, the attendant moved efficiently without the usual exaggerated gestures of encouragement, and the bottles felt the same way every time. As we moved deeper, I started to notice patterns that felt off in small, easy to dismiss ways. No one carried food or drinks, despite the smell of popcorn and fried dough lingering thick in the air. And the rides, they operated continuously, never stopping completely, their operators switching places seamlessly as if they had rehearsed the handoffs. Faces passed us again and again that were familiar but without being recognizable, like we were circling through a limited cast. The Ferris wheel drew us in eventually, and from below the lights were almost hypnotic, rotating in slow, deliberate cycles. The ride operator gestured for us to step forward, movements precise and economical. The metal of the seat was warm, not from the sun, but from constant use. As we rose higher, the carnival spread out beneath us in a neat glowing grid. Beyond its edge, the darkness pressed in thick. There were no visible roads, no distant towns, no other lights anywhere on the horizon. At the top, the wheel slowed and lingered longer than I had expected. And from that height, I noticed something unsettling. The carnival didn't cast shadows the way it should have. The lights illuminated surfaces, but the ground beneath people's feet remained evenly lit, flat and depthless. When we descended and stepped off, I felt a strange relief, like I had been holding my breath the whole time without realizing it. We wandered past a sideshow tent, its canvas patched and yellowed, lettering hand-painted and cracked. Inside, displays lined the walls, telling stories through photographs and artifacts. Performers and workers were featured prominently, their names written beneath their images. Dates were included, but they didn't follow any logical progression. Some spanned decades. Others ended abruptly, I noticed that no one seemed to age between the photographs. Faces seemed consistent, expressions unchanged. Lily lingered there, and I watched her as she studied one of the displays. Then she finally turned to me, and we didn't even have to say anything. It was like we had an unspoken agreement that we needed to keep moving. The longer we stayed, the more tired we felt. Like the place was leaching out all of our energy. We both felt drained. Time felt stretched here, elastic. And I couldn't tell how long we'd been there. Only that the sky beyond the lights never fully darkened or brightened. It just stayed the same. The carnival existed in its own suspended twilight. We passed a row of trailers near the back, their paint peeling, the steps worn smooth. Laundry hung from lines strung between them, and I realized that I hadn't seen anyone leave the carnival. People arrived at attractions, moved between them, but never exited toward the road. And that was when the thought crept in slowly that this place wasn't traveling. It wasn't temporary. Near what looked like an employee area, a bulletin board caught my attention. Flyers were pinned in neat rows, edges curling with age, and they advertised openings, positions available. Join the family, become part of the show. The language was welcoming but vague. What struck me most was the ages of the paper. Some notices were decades old, layered beneath newer ones that looked identical in wording and design. In that moment, something shifted between us, and we both shared an understanding that we didn't think this place was safe. We turned back toward the entrance, moving faster now, trying not to draw attention. And that was when I noticed that the staff was watching us. Not overtly, but just tracking our movements by subtle repositioning to keep an eye on us. The carnival music swelled, louder now. And we started passing familiar attractions again and again. Like we were looping back around despite our attempts to move straight. It's like the layout of the carnival no longer made sense. Near the Ferris wheel, I saw a familiar face among the staff. Someone I could have sworn we passed earlier as a guest. Their expression was serene and fixed, eyes glazed over like they were in a trance. And that was when the realization finally started to sink in. The people working here weren't employees in the usual sense. They were retained, kept, recruited into permanence. The carnival didn't hire people. It claimed them. We broke into a run, pushing past bodies, when the exit appeared suddenly, the gravel path re-emerging like a lifeline. No one followed us beyond the edge. The The lights dimmed the moment we crossed back into the darkness, and the music cut off mid-note. We reached the car breathless, with our hands shaking. The engine roared to life and I gunned it. And as we pulled away, the glow of the carnival receded quickly, swallowed by trees and night, as if it had never existed. We drove for miles after that in complete silence. Neither of us spoke. I think we were both in shock. Later, when the adrenaline faded enough to let the truth settle, the pieces kind of aligned. The staff never aged. The job postings never expired. It wasn't a business. It was a waiting room. We never found that carnival again. No matter how much we searched, no maps or local records acknowledged it ever existed. But sometimes in the height of the summer, when the night air smells like sugar and oil, I think about how close we came. And I wonder, how many others saw those carnival lights and were never seen again? And that's the tale of the last summer carnival. Welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I'm here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. Thank you, Lynn. I do write and record all these stories myself, so they are all available for you to listen whenever you would like on my YT channel, as well as all of the podcast streaming sites. Just look for Porch Lore and you will find me, and all the links are in my bio as well. Oh, really, Sasha? All right, so welcome in. Grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax. Check out the shooting stars in the sky. And thank you, Starscream. Welcome to the porch. My name is Devin. Hi, Tanisha. Thank you for sharing out the live. And while I set up the next poll for us to vote, if you guys could do me a big favor and hit that share arrow like Tanisha just did, and share out the live. You can hit the repost button, which is the yellow one with the two arrows chasing each other. And you can hit the share your story or share with your friends. It helps grow this beautiful porch. Yes, also iHeartRadio, Tanya, correct. I am on all of the major podcast streaming sites. Hi, Jessica. Hi, AJ. Tater Tot. I am loving your story. You're doing so well tonight, Tater Tot, with these cute, funny sentences. I'm loving it. Thank you. Oh, Winnie, thank you. We end every live with Sycamore Diner because that's everybody's favorite. Oh, yeah, duh, Tanya. Sorry, Tanya, I forgot. I forgot you found me on iHeartRadio. Duh. Sorry about that, I forgot. I still love that story too, how you found me. Hi, Captain Casket. Thank you for the corgi booty. Hi, Diamante. Hi, Chance. The comfy one, let me move the banners. They're actually frozen again for some reason. I don't know why that keeps happening. Another fun glitch. On the banner that's pink, that's moving right there, it tells you the name of the site, or you can just go to my profile, and if you click on the link in my bio, it's on my link tree. It's the first link. But if you just type in porch lore and then dot and then store outside of here, like on a search engine or whatever, you'll find it. And may I say that I have a lot of funny, cool merch. I've spent a lot of time on it and put a lot of our inside jokes and stories and all the funny things. There's Mothman taking selfies on koozies and all kinds of funny, great stuff. Yes, Mad, we tell the diner story every night at the end of the live around 1 o'clock because it's everybody's favorite. So that is the one I close with the live that's the only one I tell every night. And yes, Winnie, my email's there too, but also it's just porchlore@gmail.com. And you guys can always send me ideas. And also thank you everybody tapping the screen and sharing it out. It means a lot. Hi, CJ. Kim, that's a really good idea. Yes, welcome in, Starscream. Okay, you guys, the next poll is ready. And we have The Phantom Ride, The Bell Witch, which is the new story of the week, The Flatwoods Monster, The Maintenance Man, and Footprints on the Lake. Also, The Phantom Ride is a reworking of an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode that is an exclusive to the live, just so you guys know. And the Bell Witch is the new one. And you guys can vote in the top left-hand corner. It's a blue box. And you can vote up to 50 times. And you can vote for more than one story. AJ, the new story of the week is The Bell Witch. And yes, Bo, I have 3 different Little People stories. Actually, 4 different Little People stories. And you can check out all my stories and which ones I have available on my YT channel. There's a whole playlist called Bedtime Stories. Oh, Matt, you didn't get there today? Aw, disappointing. And the winner is The Bell Witch. Whoop whoop. And Mad, why don't you go look at the link? There's literally tons of stuff. Oh my God, thank you. That's so cute, Chelsea. I've never seen that one. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Like, why ask when you could just literally look at it? Yes, Edward's family. Every story goes through YT first. So yes, any new story of the week premieres on my YT first. Lily, I don't know. Type them again. I don't know. Average C, that's so funny. No, it's not. Yes, Ellie, I write all the stories myself. Sammy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the porch. Oh yeah, the Bell Witch definitely gets PS'd, Glenda. Hi, Meth. Hi, Sue. Hi, Nancy. Yeah, Lily, I have the Whispering Walls one on the list. Okay, I didn't see any of these other ones, though. I'll write them down. I only saw the Whispering Walls one, I think. But I'll tell you, I'm not going to put Third Man's Cave on here tonight because we're reading this one. And Third Man's Cave is almost 30 minutes long as well. So can't read too. So sometimes the reason I don't put a story request in the poll is for intentional. It's for timing purposes because I have to space out how long each story is. And then that only gives us like 2 stories. But I will put the other ones in. Oh, thanks, Matt. A couple people mentioned that to me yesterday. And you know what's really funny? Oh my God, epic. Oh yeah, you already said that. Thank you. You know what's really funny is I wrote a report on the Bell Witch when I was a little girl in middle school because I grew up in the Vales of Appalachia. And I wish I could find that report. But I can pretty much guarantee that even middle school Devin was probably trying to defend the witch. I've always been like this. Hi, Franny. Thank you, Winnie. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jacob. It just premiered yesterday. I appreciate that so much. I'm very proud of it. So I'm about to read it live. Give me 1 second, quick swig, and I'll be right back. Hi, Phil. Thank you, Tater Tot. James, that's so funny. You were just picking up a tater tot. Thank you guys. Her dreadlocks are tree roots. And I just wanted to point that out because I think it's really cool. And I made a point to make sure they were tree root dreadlocks. And I just think they're cool. We sure do, Eric. Hi, Phil. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Shayna. Welcome in. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the Bell Witch and justice for Impusa. Thank you, Zoe. I love her. I made sure that her dreadlocks looked like tree roots, like because she's an elemental, you know? Yes, James, I am a one-woman everything. I do all of it. I never sleep. Also, I will be making this into a framed print because, I mean, look at her. Her tree root dreadlocks, everything, look at her. So she's definitely going to be, I know, her body is, yep. And I made sure that she was thick in the hip. You know, I made her look exactly this way. Yeah. Yeah, a t-shirt too. I could put her on a shirt. Yeah, really. Would you look at Yes, I do all the art as well. I use AI, but I still have to make it do this. Does that make sense? However, on some of the merch, I did have to create the designs myself on my iPad off of my logo because AI will not exactly copy a logo. So I can't use it all the time. Does that make sense? So yes, I still do it, but with help. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. That's exactly what I try for. Thank you so much for noticing that. That's exactly right. So even though the AI helps me, I make a point for them to convey exactly what I'm trying to, and that takes some time and effort to get it to do that, you know, to get it to do what I am envisioning. And so there's a lot of failed attempts. I'll tell you the boo hag. I actually had Yaya involved in the process of what I wanted the boo hag to look like. And I sent her, Kim said she made it her new background on her phone. I actually was sending Yaya different drafts of boo hag, and I was like, what do you think of that one? No, her face needs to be stronger, or she needs to be like this. And So, okay, I'll put it on a shirt for sure. Yes, so I always try to make them strong, powerful, and beautiful. Oh, James, thank you so much. Me too. It's been a rough journey so far. Oh, mad at the moment I currently am. Indeed. Yeah, the water. It's cool, right? All right, guys, quick swig and I will be right back with this wonderful story. We got distracted. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the Bell Witch and justice for Impusa. Okay, AJ, thank you. I didn't know that. Lux. Okay, thanks. Hi, White Lion. My friend Kim and I became friends on TikTok first. We just clicked immediately, like we were sisters in another life. She just felt like home to me, and our connection is truly a deep bond that I can't really explain. We had decided to save up money for a paranormal adventure together with a whole crew of the Spooky Bookies. And we were rolling deep. I'm talking Brittany, Elena, Ayana, Angela, Yaya, April, and Alicia. Oh, I love you too, Kim. For our first paranormal adventure, we decided to go to Robertson County, Tennessee to research the folklore and poke around. Because the Bell Witch story had always bothered me. Not frightened me, bothered me. The way it was told, the way it was framed, the way the narrative blamed the neighbor, a strong-willed woman who had the nerve to stand up for herself against John Bell and was then deemed a witch. The way the story always centered the Bell family as the victims. Evil witch, demonic haunting, cursed land. The same tired language, repeated for 2 centuries without anyone stopping to ask, who actually benefited from that version of events? As if the Bell family, who gained their wealth off of the work of enslaved people, were somehow innocent. Without ever stopping to think how their way of life itself was in fact the unnatural evil energy that saturated that land. What happened to the Bell family was most likely the repercussions of their own inhumanity, cruelty, and complacency. The Bell Witch Cave sits like a wound in the Tennessee countryside. It isn't dynamic at first glance. No towering cliffs or theatrical entrance. Just a low opening near the Red River, half hidden by brush and limestone. People come here expecting fear. They bring EMF meters and night vision cameras and preconceived conclusions. And they desperately try to find connections to the witch. They want something to jump out at them, something to justify the word evil. But we came because of the land itself. The Bell Plantation once stood not far from the cave, and that detail is usually mentioned only in passing. John Bell, wealthy farmer, early Tennessee settler, respected man. That's how the story begins in textbooks and in tour pamphlets. But what it rarely expands on is what that wealth was built on. Enslaved labor. African women and men whose lives were owned, controlled, brutalized, and erased. Their suffering is somehow treated like historical static background noise to the real story of a haunted white family. But the land remembers differently than the people who write the history books do. I had been researching older accounts, not the polished versions meant for tourists, but fragments buried in court records, local oral histories, diary entries, and overlooked scholarly articles. Mentions of women who disappeared, of punishments administered out of sight, of screams that carried across the fields at night, of a cave the enslaved avoided until they didn't have a choice anymore. Because the Bell Cave wasn't where the haunting began. It was where the resistance did. When we stepped inside the cave, the temperature dropped in a sharp physical way that almost felt like we had crossed into a different realm. Kim laughed and said, "Hold on, y'all, here we go." We were all excited and nervous because this was our first paranormal outing together as a group. The walls were damp, the stones smoothed by centuries of water. We could feel an electricity in the air. That'll do it. A vibration, a tingling feeling like we were standing somewhere where something important had happened. And I just kept thinking about the women, African women, brought here in chains, stripped of language, kinship, freedom, yet still carrying cosmologies older than this entire country. Women who viewed the land as alive, as something you spoke to rather than conquered. Women who knew protection magic, not as superstition, but as survival. Hoodoo, root work, conjure, these weren't aesthetic practices. They were technologies of endurance. Now, John Bell wasn't just cruel. He was methodical. His punishments were designed to break the spirit as much as the body. Women targeted not only for labor, but for humiliation, violence, and control. The Bell Witch legend talks about invisible slaps and disembodied voices tormenting the family. But it never talks about the very real hands that regularly struck enslaved women. The very real screams that went unanswered, and the very real blood that soaked into this soil long before anything supernatural was ever reported. Desperation sharpens clarity, and those women didn't turn to the cave because they were curious. They turned to it because there was nowhere else to go. The cave was mysterious and revered even then, known to local indigenous people as a place where the veil between the worlds thinned. A place where the elements spoke louder than men. Earth, water, darkness, womb, and grave in the same breath. Those enslaved women didn't summon an evil spirit or a demon. They called on a protector. Empusa. Now, Empusa is not a witch in the fairy tale sense. She is an ancient elemental. She is associated with crossroads, caves, night travel, seduction, and punishment. She is believed to have served Hecate, the ancient goddess of witchcraft, crossroads, and the underworld. Empusa always appears as a beautiful woman at first, impossibly graceful, almost hypnotic, before parts of her begin shifting into something unnatural. Ancient writers compared her to spirits that fed on human vitality, which is why modern historians often describe Empusa as an ancient form of the vampire or the succubus. But she didn't drink blood. She drained people, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. She was seen as a force of punishment against arrogance, corruption, and human excess. Like a form of dark vigilante justice that appeared when people crossed lines they weren't supposed to cross. Long before Europeans ever set foot on this land, entities like Empusa have existed across cultures all over the world under different names. Not demons, and not angels. Corrective energy forces, balancers, justice, karma. What those women did in that cave was not reckless. It was precise. They worked with what they had: roots, water, ancestors, blood, and breath. They bound their suffering into the land itself, not to curse blindly, but to anchor a guardian. They didn't ask for mercy. They asked for protection. And protection doesn't always look gentle, especially to those who are the oppressors and the abusers. As we moved deeper into the cave, the air changed in a way that made every single one of us stop walking at the exact same moment. Yaya and I locked eyes as if we both sensed something at the same time. The passage ahead narrowed into a low chamber where black mineral streaks ran down the limestone walls like old water damage. My inadequate flashlight beam trembled across them, and for a split second, I thought I saw movement inside the stone itself. Long shapes shifting beneath the rock. Nobody spoke. Even Kim and Brittany, who usually joke when they get nervous, had gone completely silent. The vibration in the cave floor had deepened into something rhythmic now. Not footsteps and not machinery. Something older. A slow pulse moving through the ground beneath our shoes. Then Angela asked if anyone else smelled something. It smelled like wet soil, river water, and something burning. Not smoke exactly, more like extinguished candles. Kim, who was behind me, suddenly stopped and told all of us, "Back it the fuck up, Terry." I turned around to ask what was wrong, and she pointed past me toward the wall. Now Kim has a special gift, and she can see spirits and energy that most people can't see. So whenever she tells us that she sees something, we all pay attention. At first, I thought it was just another creepy opening in a rock. But then I realized the darkness itself was moving. The shadows along the wall had begun gathering inward, folding together in slow, fluid motions. Water dripped somewhere deeper in the cave, except now the drops echoed like a hammer strike. The shape that emerged wasn't fully human. It was a woman-shaped, a silhouette formed from darkness, moisture, and flickering reflections off the cave walls. Parts of her seemed ancient and beautiful. Long limbs, hair moving like submerged roots, while other parts refused to stay still long enough for my brain to understand them. I remember her eyes, not glowing, but reflective like light shining across deep river water at night. Every instinct in my body screamed at me to run. But surprisingly, none of us moved. We were all frozen. April looked like she was about to cry, and Alicia looked like she was scoping for places to exit. The entity stood at the far edge of the chamber, watching us with an intensity that felt overwhelming. The cave had gone so silent I could hear the tiny crackling buzz inside my flashlight battery. Then, all at once, the temperature dropped violently. The walls around us, thank you! Thanks, Jess. The walls around us seemed to flex outward, and suddenly, images started flooding my mind so fast that it almost knocked me off my feet. Images of women kneeling in this exact chamber, hands pressed into the mud, blood mixed with river water. Images of a girl no older than 15, hiding behind others while someone above ground screamed. Not random visions, memories, imprinted into the land. The cave wasn't showing us horror for the sake of horror. Thank you, Crystal. It was forcing us to witness. Elena kept repeating under her breath that she could feel people standing all around us. A presence, layered, ancient, protective. And then the figure moved closer, and the fear became almost unbearable. And not because she wanted to hurt us, but because no human nervous system is built to experience something like this. My entire body shook uncontrollably, and then I understood something that did not feel like my own thought. That the land remembers what people bury. That was the message. Not revenge, not punishment, remembrance. The cave itself was acting like an archive, and Impusa was its keeper. The story had survived distorted because distortion protects systems of power. If the entity was framed as evil, nobody would ask why she came. Nobody would ask who begged for her protection in the first place. The figure lifted one arm slowly toward the cave wall beside her. And for one impossible second, the mineral stains across the limestone looked unmistakably like overlapping handprints. Dozens of them. Small hands, large hands pressed into the stone. Then my flashlight flickered, and they were gone. Ayana gasped sharply behind me because at that exact moment, every one of our flashlights in the chamber went out simultaneously. I heard Angela's nervous giggle in the back of the group, and Brittany whispered, "I know you motherfucking lie." Alicia just gestured to Brittany to shush, as Ayana was trying to keep everyone calm and quiet. Then we were in complete darkness. Then I heard a woman sigh directly beside my ear. Not a voice, just a sigh. Ancient, exhausted, real. And suddenly the fear changed. What terrified me most wasn't the entity that we had just encountered. It was the realization that suffering this profound had actually happened here. Real women, real terror, real desperation powerful enough to stain a landscape for centuries. Then, our inadequate flashlight suddenly lit back up and the chamber was empty. And Pusa was gone. All that was left was some dripping water and the raw smell of earth. As we moved deeper into the cave, images pressed into my mind. Women kneeling on cold stone, bruised wrists, torn dresses. I felt their fear, yes, but stronger than that, I felt their resolve. A moment where survival shifted into defiance. and Pusa answered because she was meant to. What followed on the Bell plantation is well documented in the parts people like to sensationalize. Disembodied voices, physical attacks, psychological torment. John Bell growing weaker, sicker, unraveling. His once brutal authority collapsing under something that he couldn't whip, sell, or silence. The legend calls it a curse. And that word does a lot of work for people who don't want to say justice. John Bell died under circumstances so strange they terrified his peers. The Bell family suffered losses, madness, and humiliation. Their power eroded. Their name became synonymous not with wealth, but with a haunting. Their land rejected them. And the enslaved women, their names were not preserved. But their work was. The Bell Witch was never attacking randomly. The violence had direction, purpose, selectivity. This wasn't chaos. This was consequence. And Pusa did not linger to terrorize innocence. She stayed to guard the boundary. That land is not cursed. It's protected. People who go there seeking thrills often leave unsettled, shaken, and sometimes even injured. They report scratches, nausea, disorientation, so they call it malevolent. But protection feels hostile to those who mean harm or are not pure of heart, even unconsciously. Especially to those who romanticize cruelty under the banner of history. Reframing the Bell Witch as evil allows people to mourn John Bell without digging into the man he really was. It allows the country to turn enslaved women into footnotes instead of architects of resistance. It allows violence to remain abstract rather than personal. But Pusa does not allow that abstraction. She anchors memory to place. She ensures that suffering is not erased just because time passes. She makes sure the land itself refuses sympathy for abusers. As we turned back toward the cave entrance, the pressure eased. And not because we were leaving, but because we had been understood. We hadn't come to provoke, we had come to listen. And Pusa understood that. The Bell Witch Cave doesn't need an exorcism. It needs the truth. What happened there wasn't a haunting born of evil. It was a reckoning, born of necessity. Enslaved African women denied every earthly protection, reached for something older than the system that oppressed them. And it worked. Then Pusa remains not as a monster but as a sentinel. And the land remains hostile not to all the living, but to those who are not pure of heart. And this story only feels like a curse. If you believe John Bell deserved mercy more than the women he brutalized deserved justice. Because some protections never expire. And that's the tale of the Bell Witch and justice for Pusa. Oh, thank you, Nikki. That's so cute. Thank you. And thank you guys. I know that's a little different than the Bell Witch story you probably grew up with and you're probably used to, but that is what I know to be true. So I hope you guys liked that. That's the new story of the week. And thank you, Starscream. Welcome in. And yes, Pippa, thank you. Thank you, Winnie. Simone, I love that. Kim made her wallpaper too. I love that. It makes my heart so happy. Thank you guys. And that's why I like sharing folklore is I aim to tell the truth, not just the common stories, but I like to maybe tell them a way that is more accurate. Because folklore itself gets twisted with retellings, and this is certainly one of them. Plus, to be fair, those women weren't going to go around being like, I called an elemental on your ass. Good luck, bro. Like, they didn't tell, you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't ever something that they were going to spread in the newspapers, you know? Winnie's Sycamore Diner is our last story of the night. Thank you, Tommy. Hi, Tommy. Yeah, exactly. They still don't tell. Why do you think I hardly ever do stories on elementals? Mwah. And Poos is actually the first elemental I have done a story on and named because she deserves it. Welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. Kim, I actually don't think it is sad, but the system I believe in is reincarnation and ascension. And so the people who do that stuff, you don't think justice is received, but the people who get away with that kind of stuff get stuck here for like ever. They're just going to come back and come back and come back until they learn what the fuck they did. So, and those of us who have weathered traumas, tragedies, abuse, anything like that, ascend much faster. Yep. So that always makes me feel a lot better, is just because we don't see the justice, I think the soul keeps count. And if you're a bad soul, justice will come, and you're going to have to learn how to not be, and you're going to be reincarnated 700 more times. So good luck, bro. Because I'll tell you right now, your girl's tired, and I don't want to come back again. I feel like I've paid my dues. There's a lot of people I know that need to come back again, though. But so I hope that makes you feel a little bit better, because that always kind of makes me feel reassured. Is those women are like sages now, looking down on us. They're ancestors. They're taking care of all of us, and you know what I mean. Like they're not even having to deal with anything even remotely like that now. they paid their dues. You know, like they elevated. Aw, love you too. You said you can relate. Yeah, I'm tired. I've come back too many times. Like, I thought the French Revolution wore me out, but this time around, I'm like, what the hell? I don't think I got off on the wrong. I don't think I got off at the right place. Hi, Ange. Okay, guys, I'm setting up the next poll, and I'll be right back. The Funny Florist, yes, I actually have a French Revolution time slip story. I should put it on the poll. It's pretty good. Matt, yeah, you honestly don't want to, because with everything that's going on, it's yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, you guys. We got the poll ready to go. And we have the Deep Woods Anomaly, the Versailles Time Slip, the Thomas House, Spearfinger, and the Lep Castle. Rochelle. Rochelle's so cute. She's just singing. Here we go, Rochelle. This is her version of this. Oh, thanks, Nikki. You're so sweet. All right, so the poll we have is the Deep Woods Anomaly, the Versailles Time Slip, the Thomas House, Spearfinger, and Lep Castle. And you can vote in the blue box in the top left-hand corner. Who's it gonna be, you guys? Hi, Joker. How you doing? And again, Crystal, thank you so much for the kind, generous gift. I really appreciate it. Matt, I figured out why it was doing the under review thing. It doesn't like when I was editing the old polls and just refilling out the words. It had to review it because it took it as like a change. So I just have to delete the poll every single time and type out a whole new one. But Matt, that's hilarious. The finger. The finger. Hi, Jade. By the way, I forgot to tell you guys, I got recognized yesterday for the very first time from Porch Lore, and it was really bizarre and super weird. And like, I used to get recognized when I was a news reporter, but like, I always knew it was because of the news. And this lady was like, hi. Like, she came up, she was the manager, and it's this place, it's this restaurant I go to all the time, which is really weird. I just go to their drive-thru and I get my dad his favorite meal and I bring it to him to be sweet, and I get a chicken sandwich. So I go there all the time, and she was like, she wasn't the one that took my order, but she takes my order regularly there, you know? So I pulled up and the other person had walked away to get my food, and she comes back up to the window. She's like, hi, you come here all the time. Or she's like, you come here a lot. And I was like, yeah. And I thought she was going to be like, why or something. She was like, I recognize you. And I was like, oh, really? And like, I didn't even think about it being Porch Lore. I was thinking about, because I used to be a news reporter, and I was like, wait, I wasn't a news reporter here though. Why would she be? And I was like trying to go through my head and like why she, and I was like not even thinking in a million years it would have been Porch Lore. And then she's like, and so then I all of a sudden just out of my head was like, I was like, do you like spooky stories? And as soon as I said that, she goes, oh my God, yeah, YouTube. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, oh my God, yeah. And then I said, Porch, and then she knew, and she's like, yeah, oh my God, me and my daughter love it. And she listens to Porch Lore with her daughter on YT. And I couldn't even believe it. And the funny thing is that she recognized me when like, I did not look like the girl in that video when I was picking up my food yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, I had like a messy bun, and like I was looking a hot mess. Like, oh, stop, Jade. But it was really bizarre, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a news reporter in all over the place. I was a news reporter in Texas, in Colorado, in Ohio. But yeah, so I was very much like, I was just like, wait, I couldn't process it. Like, it took me till I got home to be like, oh, Jade, you're cute. That would be so funny if you were shy when we met. That would be so funny. I can't wait to meet you, and you're going to be shy. That's so funny. But anyway, so yeah. Oh, really, Whitney? That's so cute. So yeah, I felt, I didn't even like, I wasn't like, oh, thank you. Yeah, that's me. Like, I couldn't even, I was like, wait, was she saying that she, wait a minute. And it was like the weirdest thing. So it's thanks to you guys that the porch is growing. And it's just really nice to see that all my hard work is appreciated by you guys, and that you guys are so cool. And I just genuinely enjoy spending my evenings with you guys every night. I look forward to it. So I just wanted you guys to be there, you know, celebrate the little victories along the way with me. And this the stupidest, littlest thing, but I just wanted to tell you guys about it because you guys are like my little family. Right, Ange? I was like, it's the weirdest thing. Smallest, little, stupidest thing. And the funniest part is it's the lady that's the manager at Tony Paco's, which is literally like the most Toledo restaurant you could ever go to in your life. Anyway, that's fun. That's funny too, because when Brian came in earlier, he asked me about Tony Paco's or something, and I said, yeah, I just ate there yesterday. And that's what happened when I went there. But anyway, so I told her I'm live every night at 10 till 1. So if you're listening, hey, Courtney from Tony Paco's. Thanks for making me feel cool and giving me that pat on the back. All right, the winner is the Deep Woods Anomaly. I will be right back. Yeah, Jade, more than anything, people recognize my voice. Like the people I order food from on the phone a lot, they recognize that it's me before I even have to. I'm like, don't you need my name? And they're like, no, we know it's you. Like they always know it's me. I'm like, oh, okay. Be right back. They really do, Jade. The kid at the yeah, here's your Taco Bell. No, the kid at the diner, I call in to get like diner food on the weekends sometimes because it's just so yummy. And it's this high school kid, and every time I call in, I'll be like, and I'll say like, do you know me? He's like, no, I know it's you, Devin. I'm like, oh, okay. In Texas, Joe, I was a news reporter in Houston. Man, I was blabbing and we switched to the Banshee music. What the hell? And Jade, I'm not shy at all. So when we meet, I'm just literally going to walk up and be like, hey, girl, and hug you. Ask Ange. Ask Ange. Ange and I met on TikTok. And shut up, Ange. Shut up. I'm not shy at all. I'm like, oh my God, Jade, I love you. Hi. She said, I'm a hi. Oh my God, thank you, Spooky Sherry. Oh my God. God, that's cute with his little pizza. The way he wiggles his toes, his feet, and his ears when he eats the pizza is so cute. Wait, you guys, did our Heart Me get a blonde bob? Did somebody give our Heart Me a different haircut? Jess, thanks for the hand hearts. Aw, Jade, that's cute. It did, Lily. It got a blonde bob. This is so funny. So you guys can change it. You guys can add to the... That's hilarious. I love that. That's so funny to me. How do we get her the fan? How do we get the Heart Me the fan? I wanted to have the little hand fan. And I thought I was the person to do it, but I don't think that's the case. I think it has to be you guys. So somebody, next time we get a chance. How did you add it to your own? Oh, we have to level up. Oh. I get it. I get it now. I'm so glad I helped you go to sleep, Joe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I also have bedtime stories on my YT if you ever want to listen when I'm not live. Also, feel free to check out the merch. It's really cute stuff, I promise. There's pretty much something for everybody, and if there's not, I'll make it for you. I literally have koozies, mouse pads, inadequate flashlight swim trunks. Yeah, you heard me right. Bathing suits, scrunchies, socks, pillows that if you check out the Discord today, we got some pillow posts in there about how awesome the pillows are. Hi, J Drums. She has the fan now? Oh my god, how? Yeah, the koozies are cute and funny. And so there's all kinds of fun stuff in there for you guys. Really, Anna. So feel free to check it out. Even if you don't want to buy anything, it's just really cute stuff that'll give you a good laugh. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make some Impusa merch in the next day or two, because I think that's something people want. And yeah, check it out, Black Adam. Even if you don't want to buy anything, it's just cute stuff. There's like funny cryptid shirts and all kinds of stuff. Yes, Lady Rose, I haven't forgotten about the kids ones, but I did forget which ones you wanted. So can you tell me again which kid shirts you wanted me to make? Yeah, I wanted to do the throw blanket, but they don't have any cool ones. The only throw blanket they have is one that just has like an embroidered thing. They don't have one that's like pattern print or anything like cool. So we're gonna have to find a different blanket company or something, because it's not that cool. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Whoopsie. The flashlight, you want it on a t-shirt? The inadequate flashlight for kids. Oh, and the sentimental Bigfoot, where he's looking off into the mountain. Okay. You got it. I love the sentimental Bigfoot and the sentimental Mothman. Jade said, ooh, weird black rock. Hi, Auntie Cat. Yum, Mary, what'd you make for dinner? Hi, Beefy. Jade, there is a grilled cheese shirt, but it's the oversized sleep shirt. I can make a regular t-shirt if you want me. If you want me to make a regular shirt, I can. Do you want me to make a regular shirt? But the regular shirts aren't all over print, I don't think, so it would just have to be like a grilled cheese in the middle of the chest. Thank you, Mary. You couldn't find which one, Viola? The grilled cheese stuff? Because there's There's a collection called the Sycamore Diner Collection where you can find all the grilled cheese stuff. Okay, do you guys want the grilled cheese on the chest? Okay, I'll do that then. Because the all over print one is a pajama shirt. It's like an oversized shirt. But then I also have a PJ shirt and a PJ pants. No, don't worry. You didn't post anything weird. You're good. I fall asleep on the screen too. It's cool. Plus, it wouldn't matter anyway. TikTok makes people write things they don't mean to write all the time when they are awake. So I don't think it would really make any difference. Yeah, don't worry, Viola. There's a, if you scroll past like the categories that are like tops, bottoms, accessories, if you scroll down, there's collections, and it's like the Sycamore Diner collection. And in there is all of like the stuff that's related to Sycamore Diner. But if you look through, if you're looking for shirts, it would be under like tops, you know, and stuff like that. But Jade. Yeah, thanks, Viola. If you can't find it, write it in the Discord or message me and we'll help. Thank you, Winnie. I appreciate it. AJ. Yeah. All right. Quick swig. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the Deep Woods Anomaly. That's okay, Jade. Love you. Yeah, Justin. How'd you know? Stupid puzzle piece. If I have the background selected when I get a puzzle piece, it locks the movement mouse thing, and I have to do the puzzle piece with it selected as the background, and it moves my background every single time. And Justin just guessed it because the background just went crazy for a second because they give me a puzzle piece. Yeah, when there's an awkward silence and then the moving background, they give me these puzzle pieces to prove that I'm a human doing this, and it's like an anxiety thing. As soon as you get it, I'm like, oh shit. And like 9 times out of 10, I still have the background selected when it happens, and it freezes, it like locks everything, and I have to move my mouse to do it, and it moves the background. It's another design flaw, and it's just really, really stupid. It's like those puzzle pieces that things give you to like, which one's a car and a bike? But it's like I have to slide it over and match it up, and it's just really annoying. So yeah, kind of like that, AJ. Yep. So anytime you guys see the background go wonky really quickly like that, I'm just doing a puzzle piece, and they usually give me the puzzle piece about 12:30, right around now. So I'm come to expect it. Yeah, and the thing is I know for a fact they're lying. We've detected inactivity. Oh, you've detected inactivity the exact same time every night? No, you didn't. It's just some stupid ass rollout system you guys do to everybody, and it has nothing to do with inactivity. You didn't detect shit. You just send it to everybody. You make everybody do those stupid puzzle pieces. And there is no inactivity. We do a poll every 30 minutes. There's literally couldn't be less inactivity. So, yeah. Anyway, if you guys could do me a big favor and hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, see, Lovely gets hers at 55 minutes every time. No, I'm just, yeah, and I'm not even pissed. It's so annoying. So much activity. You didn't detect shit. Yeah, that's my Appalachian coming out. There you go, Robin. You didn't detect shit. Michelle's right. It comes out. Was it Michelle that said it comes out when I get mad? I get angry. I know, right, Mary? You've never gotten one, Jade? Well, I don't think you're on long enough. It's for people who are on a really long time. Like after a certain amount of time, it was like, are you alive? Kim got forwarded it. Well, yeah, and that's why, because Kim's also on for like 6 hours. I get one during my 3 to 4 hour show, so. Poodle, you love the way I say shit. Yeah, my accent comes out every once in a while, for sure. It also, certain words I can't say without my accent because I've never had to say them on the news. So I didn't like learn how to say them in my non-regional diction. So like, if you notice in that story, I heard it when I listened to the recording. When I say hoodoo, I don't know how hoodoo. My friends were like, hoodoo? Got some hoodoo? And I was like, that is literally what it sounds like. Saturday was ridiculous, Kim. Because I'm like, I don't know how to say that word any other way. Hoodoo. Hoodoo. And so I'm like, how do other people say hoodoo? Because it's hoodoo. But I'm like, like, no, AJ, I grew up in North Carolina. I live in Ohio right now. My friends make fun of me because I pronounce one like Juan. Oh, that's funny. Justin, I'm trying to say hoodoo. What do you mean? No, like hoodoo. Like in the story about Impusa, I say hoodoo, root work, conjure, like the type of magic. See, you guys can't even understand what I'm saying. You guys can't even tell what I'm saying. Hoodoo, my God. What the hell? Hoodoo. Good night, Lily. Sweet dreams. Thank you, Riverman. Yeah, hoodoo. Thank you. Because in that story, I noticed when I listened to the recording afterwards, I was like, my God, I say that very, very much in an accent. Yeah, like voodoo. Exactly, James. But it's hoodoo. Thanks, Kim. I'm like, wait, are you guys really not understanding me? Thanks. Yeah, like hoodoo, voodoo. Like that in the story, I say it, and I have to read it live every night. And when the word comes up, I get nervous because I say it so strongly. So I'm like, hoodoo, root work, conjure. Because like I never had to say those words in the news. Those weren't part of my non-regional diction practice. Like in today's news, hoodoo. Hoodoo. Is that how they say it? Hoodoo. I don't know why I make my voice sound like that when I try to say it, but that's not right. Really, Spiker Mom? Well, that makes a lot of sense. She said it's voodoo for vampires and hoodoo for hillbillies. Well, there you go. Love you too, Winnie. That'll do it. Well, that'll do it. Well, shoot. Well, dang. Oregon. Who says Oregon? That'll do it. Hot damn. Well, shoot. submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the Deep Woods Anomaly. Dagnabbit. Yeah, Matt, we'll see it. Gather around the porch, y'all. We're about to hear a story about a deep woods anomaly. This happened about 4 years ago. I had decided to do something different for a vacation. A solo camping trip, deep in the remote wilderness of a national park. I've always loved nature, and growing up in Appalachia, I spent countless weekends hiking and camping with friends. There it is, Cindy, sit a spell. That's a good one. But this time, I wanted solitude. I wanted to disconnect from the world. No phones, no internet, just me in the forest. The area I chose was a stretch of national forest land near the border of Oregon. So, there you go, Jade. Oregon and Washington. It wasn't a designated campsite, just a patch of untamed wilderness with no trails, no amenities, and almost certainly no other people. I parked my car at a small overgrown trailhead, shouldered my bag, and I set off into the trees. My goal was to hike about 10 miles in, set up camp near a stream that I had marked on the map, and spend 3 nights there before heading back. The first day was uneventful in the best possible way. The air was cool and fresh, and the forest alive with the sound of birds and rustling leaves. Aw, we love you, Jade. No time for anxiety. I felt a sense of peace that I hadn't experienced in years. By late afternoon, I reached the stream, a crystal clear ribbon of water winding through a small secluded valley. It was perfect. I pitched my tent on a flat patch of ground a few yards from the water, built a small fire, and I settled in for the night. The first 2 days were everything I had hoped for. I spent my time exploring the area, fishing in the stream, and just soaking in the tranquility. I didn't see another soul, which was exactly what I wanted. Thank you, Amy. God, I love that little guy. Amy, thank you. Look at the flower. I didn't see another soul, which was exactly what I wanted. But on the third day, things started to get strange. It began with the silence. I woke up that morning to an eerie stillness. The bird song and rustling leaves that had been my constant companions were gone. Even the stream seemed quieter, its usual babble reduced to a muted trickle. Way to go, Tommy. It was unsettling, but I brushed it off. Maybe it was just my imagination, or maybe the animals had moved to a different part of the forest. As the day went on, the feeling of unease grew. The forest seemed different. The trees felt taller. Their trunks darker and more gnarled. The sunlight filtering through the canopy had a strange, dim quality to it, as if it were struggling to reach the ground. And the silence, it wasn't just quiet, it was almost oppressive. And I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. That evening, I sat by the fire, and I heard it for the first time. A low, distant hum. It was faint, barely audible over the crackle of the flames, but it was there. A steady, rhythmic sound that seemed to come from deep within the forest. I tried to convince myself it was just the wind. Maybe a distant waterfall, but it didn't quite fit. It was too mechanical. The hum persisted through the night, growing louder and closer as the hours passed. And by midnight, it was all I could hear. A relentless drone that seemed to vibrate through my entire body, and sleep was impossible. I laid in my tent, my heart pounding, every nerve on edge. I wanted to leave, to pack up and get the hell out of there, but the thought of walking through the dark, silent forest with that sound all around me was paralyzing. Just before dawn, the hum stopped. The silence that followed was almost as unsettling. I waited a few minutes, listening for a hint of any movement before unzipping my tent and stepping outside. The forest was still gray in the early morning light. My fire had burned down to embers and the air was cold and damp. As I looked around, something caught my eye. A faint glow coming from the trees on the far side of the stream. It was pale and flickering, like the light of a dying fire. But there was no smoke and no smell of burning wood. Against my better judgment, I decided to investigate. I grabbed my flashlight and I made my way across the stream, my boots slipping on the slick rocks. The glow led me deeper into the forest, its intensity growing with every step. The trees seemed to close in around me, their twisted branches forming a dense canopy that blocked out the sky. The ground was soft and spongy, covered in a thick layer of moss that muffled my footsteps. And in a small clearing up ahead was something. It's hard to describe. It looked like a structure, but it didn't seem man-made, but it also didn't seem natural, or at least not natural to this world. It was a towering, jagged shape, its surface smooth and black, like obsidian with veins of pulsing light running through it. The glow I'd seen shifted and flickered like fireflies trapped in glass. The hum returned, louder and more intense than ever, emanating from the structure and vibrating through the air. I stood there frozen, my flashlight dangling uselessly at my side. Every instinct screamed at me to run, but my legs wouldn't move. As I watched the veins of light begin to pulse faster, the glow growing brighter and more erratic, the hum rose to a deafening pitch, and the air around me seemed to shimmer and distort. You know the way heat waves rise from asphalt on a summer day? Kind of like that. And then, just as suddenly as it began, it stopped. The structure went dark and the hum fell silent, and the clearing was plunged into an eerie stillness. My legs finally obeyed me and I stumbled backward, tripping over a root and landing hard on the mossy ground. When I looked up, the structure was gone and the clearing was empty, as if it had never even been there. I didn't wait to find out more. I ran back to my campsite, heart pounding. I packed my gear up in record time, and I started to hike back to my car, not caring about the time or the dark forest around me. All I wanted was to get as far away from that place as possible. When I finally reached my car, the relief was overwhelming. I drove straight home, not even stopping until I was safely inside of my apartment. I've tried to rationalize what I saw. Maybe it was some kind of natural phenomenon, or some kind of hallucination brought on by stress. To this day, I've never been back to that forest. I've thought about it, about trying to find that clearing again. But the fear always stops me. Some things are just better left unexplored. Better left a mystery. And that's the tale of the Deep Woods Anomaly. Pippa said, I will never camp. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. All right, you guys, you know what time it is. It's grilled cheese time. Also, just a reminder that tomorrow is Witchy Wednesday. And if the weather permits, I will hopefully be doing the Witchy Wednesday outdoors. So if you've never joined, I do go live during the daytime tomorrow morning on camera. I don't tell stories. I know, didn't it, Michelle? It's because I'm telling you why. I'm telling you, having a 30-minute story in the live is going to make a huge difference in seeming how fast it goes. That's why I try not to do super long stories, because they take up a huge chunk of the live. But that one's worth it. But yeah, tomorrow I go live on camera. I don't tell stories. We hang out. I mean, I tell stories, but not like these. And it's so much fun. And once the weather gets better, I will be doing like crow calling and taking you guys. So tomorrow might be the first outdoor Witchy Wednesday of the year. But it's fun. Yeah, touch grass. So I usually start at between 11 and 12, depending on how I feel in the morning and etc. But it'll probably be 12 tomorrow because I'm going to have to drive to the park and stuff. So don't forget, tomorrow during the daytime, if you guys want to hang out, Eastern Standard Time, noon Eastern Standard Time. And it is grilled cheese time, you guys. Perfect, Tanya. And if you are new here, welcome in. My name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore, and I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I am here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. I do write and record all these stories myself, and you can find them on my YT channel or any of the podcast streaming sites. Just look for Porch Lore. Also, one last time before I start the last story, if you could do me a big favor and hit that share arrow. If you've already done it, you can undo it and redo it. It just helps with the algorithm. Hit that share arrow, and there is a yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs. And it really helps us grow this beautiful porch of ours. Grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, watch the shooting stars, sit back and relax, and welcome to the porch. And if you feel compelled, you should make a grilled cheese sandwich right now, because why not? It's late, but who cares? And by the time you're done with this story, you're going to be wanting a grilled cheese sandwich anyway, so you might as well just do it sooner rather than later when you're more tired. So, make that grilled cheese sandwich, sit down and enjoy. Okay, love you, Jade. Good night. And I'll be right back with a tale of the night shift at Sycamore Diner. Thank you, Mic Drop, for the beautiful hanging lights. Also, thank you everybody for all of the taps tonight. I really appreciate all of the tapping you guys did. Anna, that's so cute. If you want to embroider your own stuff with that, go ahead. The only time there's an issue is if it's being sold. But go ahead. That sounds so cute, and I can't wait to see it. I wish I knew how to embroider things. That's so cool. What a neat hobby. I love that. I can't wait to see it. Matt, you should go live. Oh, cool. An embroidery machine? That sounds awesome. That sounds so cool. I would love that. Matt, you should go live from the Bell Cemetery. I love how this is inspiring you guys to go these places. Like Robin's driven through and took a picture of the Hug and Molly sign. I mean, this makes my heart so happy. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the night shift at Sycamore Diner. I'm not usually the kind of person. Oh my God, thank you. That's so cute, fat bottom girl. I'm not usually the kind of person who pulls over on back roads at night. Not unless I absolutely have to. But that night, something about the storm, the long drive, and that growling pit in my stomach convinced me otherwise. I was hungry. It was late October, and I was headed back to campus after a weekend visit with my friends in North Carolina. I had a midterm on Monday, and my plan had been to drive straight through. 5 hours, no stops. But then came the rain. Hi, Dawn. One of those cold, slanted, whispery rains that creeps into your bones and makes the windshield wipers sound like a heartbeat. I had taken the wrong exit, trying to bypass traffic, and I ended up on a 2-lane back road, surrounded by nothing but pine trees and power lines. Good night, Leslie. And that's when I saw the neon sign. SYCAMRE Diner. The O in Sycamore was flickering like it hadn't worked right in years. Thank you, Omar. But the rest was lit up in a cherry red neon. A tiny beacon in the middle of nowhere. Hi, Carmen. I figured I'd grab a quick bite, maybe some coffee, check my map, and get back on the highway. But I should have just kept driving. I should have known something was off the second I stepped inside. The bell over the door jingled, but not like a normal bell. It made this sharp metallic ping that echoed longer than it should have. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Carmen. The air inside was warm, almost too warm. I love that, Sherry. and it smelled like grilled onions and pancake syrup. The place looked like it had been yanked straight from 1957. Checkerboard floor, red vinyl booths, a long counter with spinning stools, even a jukebox in the corner that looked like it hadn't worked in decades. And the people, they all stopped and looked at me the second I walked in. Not in a rude way, just quiet. Like they weren't expecting me. Like I'd walked into the middle of a sentence that no one wanted to finish. A waitress, tall, with a beehive hairdo and a light blue uniform, smiled and waved me over. "You get caught in the rain, sweetheart?" she asked, handing me a laminated menu. I nodded, still trying to shake off that weird feeling. Yeah, the highway's a mess. She chuckled and patted my shoulder. "Well, you're safe here. Sycamore's always open for travelers." And I sat down at a corner booth. The vinyl creaked, and I remember the jukebox shifted songs by itself and started playing some slow doo-wop ballad that I didn't recognize. I looked around and everyone looked normal, sort of. There was a trucker with a thick gray beard drinking coffee at the counter. A young couple whispering to each other in a booth by the jukebox. And an older woman stirring tea like she was lost in thought. But they all had the same look in their eye, like they were there but also somewhere else. Like they were watching me out of the corner of their eye even when they were looking down. The waitress came back with coffee, strong, hot, and surprisingly good. And I ordered a grilled cheese with fries. Simple, safe. She wrote it down with one of those clicky pens and said, "Don't worry, it's on the house tonight." And that was my second red flag. No diner just gives food away. While I waited, I took out my phone to check the map. No signal, and I mean nothing. No bars, no Wi-Fi. Not even GPS. Just a blank screen with a spinning wheel. I glanced out the foggy window, and the storm was still going. But now the wind had picked up, and I could see the power lines swaying like jump ropes in the dark. But the diner stayed perfectly lit, not even a flicker. The food came fast, too fast, like under 5 minutes. But it looked amazing. Golden bread, gooey cheese, crispy fries with a little metal cup of ketchup on the side. I took a bite. Delicious. I mean, I've eaten at a lot of diners, greasy spoons, college joints, and roadside shacks, but this was hands down one of the best grilled cheese I've ever had. The fries were perfect, and the coffee never ran out. Every time I took a sip, it was somehow full again. I was halfway through the sandwich when the trucker got up to leave. He walked right past the table, nodded once, and whispered, "Don't stay past midnight." That's all he said. What? But he was already out the door. The waitress gave me a tight smile and walked over, collecting his empty mug. Old Earl, he's always saying weird stuff. Just ignore him. But I couldn't. Something about his voice stuck with me. Something about the way he looked at me. Not like I was a customer, but like I was in danger. I checked the clock over the register. 11:42. I figured I had just enough time to finish my fries, grab the check, and head out. I still had at least 3 hours left on the road. But when I stood up, the lights flickered. Just once, and then again. And then everything in the diner stopped moving. The couple by the jukebox froze mid-sentence. The woman with the tea stopped stirring, her spoon hanging in midair. The waitress, her hand reached out for a mug, just stopped. Like someone hit pause on the entire scene. I took a step back. The jukebox buzzed, glitched, and restarted a new track. I could still move, but no one else could. And then I heard it. Not music, not a storm, a voice. Not coming from anyone I could see. Just a whisper that seemed to echo from the walls themselves. I backed toward the door, heart hammering in my chest. I turned the knob. Locked. Of course it was locked. I tried the windows, but they were sealed shut. I started banging on the glass and shouting, but no one was outside. Just the wind in the rain and that flickering red sign. SYCAMRE. I turned back toward the dining room, and everyone was gone. Not frozen anymore, just gone. The booths were empty. No plates, no crumbs, no mugs. No sign that anyone had ever even been there. Except for my plate. Still warm and still half-eaten. And then I saw the waitress. She was standing by the kitchen doors, her silhouette backlit by flickering fluorescent light. Her face was wrong. The same smile, but her eyes were empty, black and endless, like someone had painted over them. "You shouldn't be here, honey," she said in that same cheerful voice. "Not yet." I stumbled back, knocking over a chair as she took one slow step toward me. "The others, they were waiting. But you just wandered in." She raised a hand, and the walls began to shimmer. Literally, shimmer. Like heat waves on asphalt. The checkered floor rippled, and the red booths started to fade, becoming outlines and then shadows and then nothing. And then I saw it, underneath the illusion. It was charred wood, cracked tile, broken beams, and black soot, like the diner had burned down long ago. I ran. I don't even remember how I got out. 1 second I was inside, and the next I was on the side of the road, soaked to the bone and gasping for air. "Good night, Whitney." My car was still there, parked on gravel that didn't even look like a lot anymore. Just weeds and puddles. No neon sign, no glowing windows, just nothing. I drove back to campus that night in silence. No music, no Porch Lore podcast. I kept glancing in the rear view mirror, half expecting to see that red neon flicker back to life. I didn't tell anyone, not for weeks. Not until I finally looked up Sycamore Diner on a local history site, and I found it. It burned to the ground in 1972. A gas leak. The whole place went up at midnight, and everyone inside was killed. 5 patrons, a waitress, and a cook. The photo in the article? Same checkerboard floor, same red booths, same neon sign. SYCAMORE. In the corner of the photo, that same waitress, smiling. I never took that back road again. I don't even drive at night anymore if I can help it. And every time I see a neon diner sign, something in me flinches just a little. Because I know I was there, and I know I wasn't supposed to be. But the part that keeps me up sometimes, the part that really makes my stomach turn, that was the best damn grilled cheese I've ever had, and I didn't even pay for it. And that's the tale of the night shift at Sycamore Diner. Thank you, Angela. That's okay, Mace. You're so sweet with your 10 out of 10 right at the end. I missed you tonight. Aw, thanks, Winnie. It's a lot of our favorites, I think. Well, thank you, Porch Pals. I love you guys. Again, don't forget about Witchy Wednesday tomorrow if you would like to hang out with me during the day. I'll see you guys around noon tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys get some wonderful sleep. I hope you have some wonderful dreams. And if you can't fall asleep, head on over to my YT channel where the Bedtime Stories playlist will help you fall asleep by the second one. Good night, Michelle. Good night, Bonnie. Good night, Robin. Good night, Justin. Good night, Matt. Good night, Scarlett. Good night, everybody. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys get some wonderful sleep. Good night, Jess and Deborah, Fat Bottom Girl, Eric, Misbehavin', Venus, Kim, Spooky Scary Sherry, Rochelle, Tyler, Angela. I will see you guys all in the morning, hopefully, and if not, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Good night, Lady Rose. If not in the morning for Witchy Wednesday, I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time and same place, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys get some wonderful sleep. Good night, Thomas. Good night, Justin. Good night, Heidi. And don't forget, stay spooky. Good night, Mag. Good night, Mace. Good night, Mackenzie. Good night, Vampy.